D-Love from the south side, let me take you for a ride. Straight out of Inglewood, where the real ones thrive. No filters, no fear, just truth I ignite. No apologies, just me shining bright. Millions vibes and a little insight. Here to keep it real day or night. Tune in, lean back, and you'll see. It's D-Love, just me, how it's meant to be. 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 D-Love from the south side, let me take you for a ride. Straight out of Inglewood, where the real ones thrive. No filters, no fear, just truth I ignite. No apologies, just me shining bright. Stories, vibes, and a little insight. Here we keep it real day or night. Tune in, lean back, and you see. It's D.
Hey, you guys. Oh, I love my new intro. I'm just saying. Hey, this your girl D Love from the South Side and Good for Life, Chicago, that is. And I am back. I am back for another one, another conversation, another things that really are important that may not seem important at the moment, but it's important. I'm telling you. Yeah, a couple of days, hopefully, I'll go get my hair rebraided. But this video today, we're going to talk and let's discuss Dalton Mayor and Harvey, Illinois Mayor. Now, you must say to yourself, why do we care? Because at some point, the Dalton situation will end, but where it ends, another will pick up. And we now see like Tiffany Henyard, Mayor Tiffany, Supervisor Tiffany Henyard is fighting for her life. She's fighting for her job. She's fighting for the position that feeds a lot of people that she knows and that she take care of, basically. So I wanted to do a little compare and contrast. So, like, I know this week is Harvey's meet, um, Harvey's city hall meeting. Now, down the street, there's Dalton, and when you go the next town over is Harvey. It's if you're coming from the west, it's Harvey. When you from the expressway, it's Harvey, Dalton, and then Calumet City. Now, I don't know if you know that Calumet City used to be where the mobs, the gangsters used to be at. Do your research. But somehow none of these these mayors in these south suburbs is racking up conversation. So I want to briefly talk about Dalton. And I only talk about Dalton for what I know, not from perspective of those who live in Dalton. Again, I didn't, like she said, I flew here. I didn't grow here, but I raised my kids here. So I do have some, yeah, things is some things are not not need to be said, but so Dalton, they have similarities, right? There are African Americans in Dalton as well in Harvey. Now, it's kind of the class changes though, if you think about it. Dalton, those homes are, I don't care what they say. Thought my nails was like that, but it's not. I don't care what they say. Dalton is not as um, poor compared to Harvey. If you go to Dalton, you see more nicer, modern homes. Just saying. You don't see the abandoned houses as if you see in Harvey. There's so many abandoned homes in Harvey. And somehow or another in Harvey, they got a fire problem. People always setting abandoned houses on fire, which is the weirdest thing ever. But the Hispanic community, I know that there's a lot in Harvey. There's one side, like where City Hall is in Harvey, and then there's a viaduct where the train station is. That side is completely full of Spanish speaking people. And at one time in the summertime, they used to say, "Don't go over there at night because they're gonna throw rocks at your car." I don't know how true that was. I didn't go that way. They ain't tell me twice. I don't know. But you'll see a lot of which you would not see in Dalton. You don't see a lot of gang graffiti in Dalton, but you see it in Harvey. And again, we're right next door to each other, which is so like so in one breath, Tiffany has made it where it's at least look like a a community that is kept together. Now they always talk about cutting the grass and abandoned homes, but now they got let's now them homes and it's another story out, and I'm not sure if I'm even gonna talk about it. But I hear other bloggers talk about it. The homes in me and Dalton that are vacant and who are getting those properties. But this really that's the same in Harvey too. They say that the mayor of Harvey has set aside those homes, some homes that are vacant, and given it to his um, people who have supported him, allegedly. But both towns are facing the same issues. They're facing the issues where they are with the mayors are not being fully transparent. And every time I hear that word transparent, I want to say, could y'all not use that word during election time? But really, that's one big thing between the two communities. Even though Dalton may have a higher household income, and I want to say in Dalton, I got to look that up, is, and according to the US Census, does Dalton have a, let's look this up, census for, uh, let's see, let's do Dalton. Uh, uh, so, okay, let me say this. It's- Let me tell you about this. So in Harvey, just the next town over, literally, they have, according to the US Census, there are more people who live in Harvey that are single women, not two parents household in Harvey, but in the next town over, let's look at it. And this was according to the 2023 census. Um, okay, you know what? We're gonna we're just gonna look at we're gonna look at I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm gonna try and share my screen with you. So we're gonna look at Dalton's US Census. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, okay, so person under 5, under 18, 65, female person percentage, 51% in Dalton are females. They have a 5% white alone. I don't know what that means. They live alone. And let's see. Let's go back. You know what? Let's do because we want to compare census for Harvey, Illinois. I got the caps on. I'm doing too much. Move over you. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I want to compare the two. So this is Harvey. The fact sheet. Let's hide. So this is Harvey right here. So Harvey so they're about the same. You see that? Um, female percentage white alone. Let's see if we can. If I can move this over a little. Okay. So hopefully we can. Okay. Okay. So this side is Harvey. This is Dalton. How do I know? Because it says Harvey in my so up here it says Harvey, and that says Dalton. Okay, so what do we want to know? So blacks living alone is 59%. Oh, we got to move this over, son. Okay. All right. Ooh, so so in Dalton, there is a 91% alone percentage. Did they live alone? Um, but in Harvey, there's 59%. Not sure what that means. We gotta look that up. Let's look at the population. Why is this gotta Why is it? Oh, it's 20. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry. So in Dalton, it's 20, there are 20,410, and Harvey is 19,397. So they're really running neck to neck. Asian, Asian and Harvey, they have a huge, I didn't realize like the Muslim community, 'cause they have like, I heard they have two mosque. I can't say the word mosque in Harvey. So they have their own community, to be honest. So they over there. Okay, so native. Let's see. What? See, the Hispanics in Dalton and Harvey. And Harvey is 32%, but the Hispanics in Dalton is just 1.2. Two or more races. Okay, let's find the housing. So, okay, so in Dalton, they got X. I don't know why. Oh, both of them got X. So there's a higher number of owner occupant housing in Dalton. Compared to Dalton is 72%. However, in Harvey it's 49.7% owner occupied. Now in Dalton, the median monthly owner cost with mortgage 1,400, and median cost of Harvey is 1,300. Is that really median gross? Oh, the median gross is 13. Rent in Harvey. The rent in Dalton is 1,300, and the rent in Harvey is $971. But there's more homes in Dalton, and they're nicer. As you can see in Dalton, the average modern home value is 128,000, but in Harvey it's only 88,500. So it's cheaper to find a home in Harvey. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. In Dalton, household 8,110. That's family. Let's move up this to catch it to the family. Family, it's about the same. You see 7,217 households. Okay. Person per household is 2.9, it's 279. So there's a lot of similarities with it. It's just living in the same house 1 year or more, 88% is 87%. Okay. Um, Also with a computer, excuse me, is 95%, and Harvey is 90%. So broadband is 88, 85. So in Dalton, they have more people that have graduated, 92.6, and bachelor's degree, 23.1. In Harvey, they got 78% graduate from high school and 10% have a college degree. Ain't that something? Uh, then let's see. Total retailers. Okay, that'll be interesting to see. So this is 75,619. And look at Dalton, 139,000 per per 1,000. Total retail sales per capita, 61. Look at that, hardly 3,000. So mean travel time to work, 31. Yeah, it should be about the same 'cause they right next to medium household income in 22, 40,000. And Dalton's 54. Person in poverty is 24% and 20% Dalton. Mm, let's see. Let's see. And Harvey, there's men on employer firms, 250. Men on employer firm, only 77. So more men own businesses in Harvey than Dalton. And women, they don't have a number for women. But you see that they really are not much on paper. They just one may be a little bit further behind than others, but it's really not that much difference as you can tell. So I saw one uh black and African American alone percent. What does that mean? Did it? Oh, okay. So I don't know what happened. They were in the same house one year. I wanted to see how many people. I mean, in Harvard, I saw there's like single. It was more single women in a household than men. Than um married couples. Population, age, sex, housing, family arrangement. Person per household, 87%. Living in the same house, language. Hmm, interesting. So they're really not that far from each other between Dalton and Harvey. Again, if ever you have gone to Dalton, they probably still look 10 times better than Harvey. No shade. I'm just saying. And it's more of uh, it looks definitely better. The neighborhoods look totally better than Harvey. Now you see whites, there are whites that live in Dalton, 5%. And Harvey is 14.5. So it seemed like a lot of the Caucasian that used to live in Harvey, some of them still stayed. So yeah. So that's from the US Census. So let me okay, excuse me. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. Stop sharing. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I just wanted to educate you. Just let me educate you. You know what she said? Educate you. So even though like, again, we are like right next door to each other, and really we kind of are the same. And the mayors, uh, They're a little different. They're the same, but there's some differences. Like the mayor of Harvey, he's an attorney. And I believe he's been doing it for years because I remember he used to have an office downtown in this ran down building in Harvey. As Tiffany Henyard, she had her restaurants. She was an entrepreneur. So, um, what else about them two? So those are really the difference, the education. Now she says she's graduated from college. Um, I don't know if you have to show show your degree or not when you run for these positions. Just saying. But but Mayor Harvey is an attorney. I don't know what kind of attorney he is. I ain't never had to go in there to use them. So, um, so those are really their approach. But let me tell you, what their approach and leadership, Mayor Harvey and Mayor of Dalton. See, Mayor of Harvey, he takes on a more controlled dictatorship. The Mayor Dalton, Tiffany, she's never had been able to do that. The citizens of Dalton or the trustees will not allow her to be that dictatorship. But in Harvey, that mayor, he got it down like he's the Estapo. Yes, he is. That's how he act. So their leadership is really they're the same but different. He has control of what's going on. No matter what they got going on, he's still doing what he gonna do. And Tiffany, she never had control. And also the big difference is between them two. The majority on Dalton are together. They're not on, I don't want to say against her or anything, but they're on their side, right? But in Harvey, the people in Harvey will vote wherever the mayor of Harvey says. So he has an advantage because he has the people on his team that votes the way he wants you to vote or whatever he said goes. She doesn't have that, and she won't have that the way she going. Uh, let's see. So let's see the common challenges that face Dalton and Harvey, such as poverty, crime, and lack of economical development. Okay, let's talk about poverty. I can't talk about poverty because I've never really seen it in Harvey or Dalton. But I have seen how Thornton Township, how they uh that food depository, how when Keith Price talks about that 3,000 people they gave out turkeys and ham to, he's not lying. I could say he's not lying because I saw the line for myself. I didn't know that they tore the street up because it's in Harvey, and they 154th is torn up because the mayor project, and they redoing the downtown of Harvey. So the downtown one street after you leave this depository it goes into the main street. So since they working on the street, they you can't go. You got to make a U-turn to get to the next street. I know that sounds confusing, but I was confused thinking about it. So I'm not gonna say it's not like Ford Heights. Harvey's not like Ford Heights, where in Fort Heights, Illinois, they don't have police. Now was in Salvage. Now that town they don't have any police. So the Illinois State Police I heard at night they patrols Fort Heights, and Fort Heights used to be a hot mess. And they still got them little look the row houses that look like projects over there. But I dive I digress, excuse me. Um Crime. Now I can talk about crime. The crime in Harvey is out the yoo-hoo. Let me see if I can get information about the crime. Harvey has a crime problem. And which is interesting because the mayor talks about everything else and doing everything else, but he don't really do nothing about the crime. There was a young lady who was unalive recently, and I heard that the parents are still trying to get answers from the police at in Harvey, and we really should get on. People should. I wish people would help, like they did Dalton, to push to get answers for this lady for her daughter. And her daughter was beautiful too. Was on 145th. Oh God, it happened recently. Let's see. Um, Harvey, Illinois crime rate. This is 2021. We don't really have anything. Let's see if we could. Um, yeah, you don't see a lot of police running. You do not see a lot of police in Harvey. Now I've seen two today. But when you go to the meetings, baby, I ain't never been to jail, but I seen it on TV. You look like you in jail. So they saying mm, violent crime 60, property 260, total 3. And this ain't really this report I'm looking at is kind of 2021. We ain't gonna be able to get nothing. Ain't probably gonna get nothing. Oh, let's see. No. Uh, See, because there's some towns in the Southland, they police are like Chicago police, and I believe they're paid as such. And so Harvey has crime rate in Harvey. This is 2022 census. Let's see if I can share this with you. I know my brother-in-law said, "Girl, stop being so wordy." Well, I got a lot to say. That's a sharp shoe, right? But anyway, uh, so this is Harvey, and these are the neighboring communities. Poland and Robbins. See how dangerous Harvey is compared to the nearest city. So hard means more crimes. 41.8. Um, hmm. Thought I would be able to read this, but I'm not sure what these numbers. Oh, here. Oh, 2029 to 2022. So in Harvey. No, this ain't really as accurate as I would like. You see, they got the earth. You see 110. You see how see these? I don't know what that was about. They saying the numbers are down. I don't believe that. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't, but this is 2022. violent crimes in 2010. This is the U.S. average. They have high. Ooh, Harvey used to be rough. Okay. Oh, they saying that's 2022. Uh, now they said then they had 94 officers. Both had 2.7, 3 police officers. They don't have that now. I can tell you that now. They don't have that many. They ain't got that many. You see more police officers at the meetings than you do on the street. Mm, jobs, unemployment. I'm sure the unemployment is high, especially since they let the illegals in. No shade, just saying. Because there in Harvey, there are, I don't think there's not a lot of jobs in Harvey. I know there's a couple of factories in Harvey, but I don't know how you go get those jobs over there. But in Dalton has a rail yard where truck drivers go and pick the freight off the rail. Harvey and no Riverdale and Dalton. I don't know. So they have people who got jobs there, and really the reason why we moved to Harvey because you can just literally walk 2 blocks and catch the bus, go downtown, or walk to the metro train station. So transportation is good in Harvey, but in Dalton, you gotta travel to get to the train. So I'm kinda iffy about I can't really talk about unemployment because I don't know. I don't think say if you want to get a job, you can get a job, but if you've been in jail, it's hard to get a job. So I don't want to start that one. Um, so so let me just summarize some of the key takeaways from what we looked at today. Harmon and Dalton really is not that different from each other. It's just you have more people in Dalton who are going to work together and to make sure that things are right. And and I had talked to somebody in Dalton and I asked, what makes Dalton so much more important or why people are paying attention so much to Dalton? And the young lady told me, lady, you've seen her on television. She's one of the people you see, you know, on the videos and speaking out and talking, saying stuff to Tiffany at the podium. And she said, Harvey, people don't. You have a selected few who gets up and fight, but Harvey's not. They don't stick together to make a change. Hey, look at Ryan. Ryan, you hear Ryan? Ryan, I don't know what I know it's Ryan Rominsky or something like that. His parents used to own the grocery store in Harvey. So, but in Dalton, they ain't playing that. But in Harvey, you fighting. And you really scared to do stuff because you don't want the backlash from the police to come to your house, take your car, Um, and none of that. And Dalton, they ain't scared. They stand up to the police. And because Dalton never really had the issues as Harvey's had. And I mean had with this is like Tiffany and this talking about the feds and stuff like that. But in Harvey, they had a mayor who kind of went through the same thing that she did, uh, just with some legal issues. And really, when I think about it, I never forget. I went to my son's football game, and the then mayor came to the game, and I think it was the basketball game or the football game, and everybody in the room booed him. I was like, "Why they booing him?" So what Tiffany is going through ain't the first time. I don't know why people acting like this is new. It ain't new. This ain't new. All this stuff going on is not new. It's just because she has two positions. Unlike, no, let me say this. She has two positions that she's arrogant about, and people calling her on it. Now, in Harvey, the mayor's the same way, arrogant, can't say nothing, can't do nothing. And he has two positions also. But I wonder, and sometimes I used to wonder sometimes, is it because she's a woman that they do that? Because when I think of Harvey, I've heard allegations about recently about an alderman, and the same thing that happened to an alderman in Dalton is kind of the same thing you hear about in Harvey. So, um, what is right? What is right and what is not right? What is fair and what is not fair? And maybe I should have led with that in the beginning because most people are not going to hear this because they're not going to stay to the end. But to be honest, so you get the tea because you listen. To be honest, what Tiffany is going through is nothing new in the Southland. The mayor previously for Harvey went through more than what she went through. And I used to hear, allegedly, I heard that he had a tether or an ankle bracelet. And I ain't never seen it. I don't know. And I just go hear what I hear what the people say. Allegedly. And he probably would have still been there. Because at one point they changed the rules that you can only have term limits. And I talked to Ryan a couple of weeks ago, and he said no, because the mayor of Calumet City, same thing. And they said they said it was unconstitutional. So that law or ordinance is no longer legal. So there's no term limits out here. Especially, and it's funny, you could do anything out here, but yes. So in my thought process, she may lose this election, both positions. But if she's smart, she will stack the deck for the next 4 years to be prepared for the next 4 years, which she didn't do this year for this election. She didn't really have the right people in her ear or set up to prepare for now. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait until the election time come to do something. Make sure it's like having a resume. You got to make sure all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. Not 24 hours before the the situation. And you got to remember who you playing against. Um, unfortunately, she has, um, and she burned bridges, and which is that's unfortunate because you learn that when you're young. Don't burn no bridges. Oh, I always heard that. Don't burn bridges. So the best thing that she should do at this moment, and this is my humble opinion, is to, fight a good fight as long as you can. Um, Stay relevant in the government. Take your money. Hopefully, you have your money saved up and take classes and go do something so you can be ready for the next fight. So always remember to prepare yourself for the next fight because one is coming. So with that rant, I just had to say that because we all know that she may not be able to get on that ballot. Because we heard from Jedediah, he said she signed them papers, and because I went to that legislative meeting. I don't know why they said the 17th. The 7th, I think the 17th they had to answer the other party, but the meeting is actually on the 18th, and I put it in my calendar that the same thing that she's trying to do to other candidates is what they're doing to her. And really, she should have had got because she should have been more strategic. And like I heard Jedediah said last night, he said, because she had an impromptu rally or something. And he said when she saw that there was only 10 people there, she should have canceled. Don't let anybody see that you only have just those people. If you don't have a room full of people, don't do it. Don't show. So she really needs somebody like Jedediah who's strategic in his process. But she done screwed over the girl and the other people. She ain't gonna have a lot of help trying to get her back in there. And in my humble opinion, when she leaves and they do that audit, it ain't gonna be no good. It ain't gonna be no good when she do that when they do that audit because all your dirt come out. Everything that was. And because don't nobody know where she lives, I don't even know how they gonna serve her papers. To be honest, I don't know how they're gonna do that. So I heard that someone said it's gonna take at least 10 years before Dalton could see themselves in the green because of so much of the financial damage that has been done. Now they say in next month, Lori Life was supposed to put out her second report. At this point, that whatever Life would put out is really going to be what the new people would need to know to fix the problems that has been broken. So when I'm comparing Dalton and Harvey, not to get off the subject, Dalton's going to have a longer way to get out the hole. Harvey, we will never know until the mayor is out because nobody knows what's going on in Harvey. And he ain't finna tell it. And the committee men, they just go with the flow. So it's funny. They all spend your money like it's an ATM. It's so unfortunate. Well, I ain't gonna hold you long. I just said I love the colors, right? Well, this your girl D Love from the South Side, Inglewood for life, Chicago, that is. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart if you have stayed to the end. Majority of y'all listen, but y'all don't hit that like button. So take the time to hit the like button and don't be scared to subscribe. I can only get better from here.
The love from the south side, let me take you for a ride. Straight out of Inglewood, where the real ones thrive. No filters, no fear, just truth, ignite, no apologies. Just me shining bright. Millions vibes and a little insight. Gonna keep it real day or night. Tune in, lean back, and you'll see. It's D-Love, just me, how it's meant to be. 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 D-Love from the south side, let me take you for a ride. Straight out of Inglewood, where the real ones thrive. No filters, no fear, just truth, ignite, no apologies. Just me shining bright, Dory's vibes.